Yo, what's up my heroes in disguise? It's Charles the Anime Man back with another video, and today I'm breaking down chapter 19 of Shinobi, homies. Giving my own theories, breaking down, the usual, so let's get right into it. As started with chapter 19, the creator Nicko'S confirmed in a recent Twitter post that this will be the second to last or third to last chapter in the Cloud Village arc, and we are so excited for Nico Sensei's next arc because he's not revealed anything about the next arc, so we have no idea where it's gonna go. And I'm gonna just say I've been so excited reading this, and I've dug deep for this chapter, so I hope you guys really enjoy the breakdown. So first off, as we always do with these videos, let's start off with the breakdown and the theories, and then any news related to that. So let's start with the breakdown. So, continue from last chapter, Nico is drowning in the water, blah blah blah. Puppy and such try to save him, but that's to no avail. And then Nikki, on her flying bird, she comes back, and from the sky, jump down. Dylan, Emma, and Joni, they're back. They are literally back. Perfect timing to come and save everyone. Joni hears what happens to Nico, and she dives into the water to go save him, while Dylan, Emma, Puppy, and Tut continue fighting Angushiki. We cut off to Nikki, who goes there to save the Raikage Miko and Gunner, the Eight Tails, and we get a backstory of Miko's abusive childhood with Nikki and how they escaped, where Miko got 1-2 blitzed by his father, and you win some, you lose some. And then we cut back, and as Nico's drowning before Joni saves him, Nico says something really, really interesting, but we'll get back to that later because that is the first theory of the day. Now, anyways, as they're fighting, Dylan and Joni, blah blah blah, fighting Angushiki taunts Dylan and says to him that JSB Sensei is dead. And through that, Dylan's in complete shock. And you know what we do? You know what we get from Nico Sensei? We don't get just one backstory, we get a backstory in a backstory. Like, literally, this is insane mangaka creation. This is on the levels of Oda Sensei, Kishimoto Sensei, and Ishiyama Sensei. Like, dude, we are literally getting peakage right here from the Shinobi Homies Master. Like, this is like insane. We don't only get a backstory, we get a backstory within a backstory. Like, that is unheard of. That is just like, that is insane. Like who thinks of that? But in the backstory, it's Dylan when he's younger, and he's just chilling at a campfire. But a ninja comes to try to kill him. But who comes and saves him in this backstory? Lazy-Eyed Holly of the Sharingan. That's her actual name. Don't get mad at me. Here it is on the screen right now. That's the name of her. And this comes into my first theory. When Nico is drowning originally, before Joni saves him, he calls out to his mother and his sister to avenge him. Or to avenge them. He wants to avenge them. Now this goes into my first theory. Holly of the Sharingan is Nico's sister. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh no, this can't be. You should be random with Chiha. But literally panels before we meet Holly in a backstory, Nico was talking about a mom and a sister. Why would he just randomly talk about that if they weren't going to end up showing one of them? And coincidentally, Holly is showing the backstory. A girl that's a few years old at the time, so it has to be someone that's close in age, which means if Nico don't know the same age, it means it has to be Nico's sister. Now, that is the first theory, and when I saw that, I read the chapter like 10 times. Like, I am obsessed with it. I love Shinobi Homies, so I'm obviously deducting it, use my observation skills, my observation hockey, and if you hear that background noise, I'm sorry, but I gotta continue because this is hype news. We know that Holly is probably Nico's sister. Few second break to hear that lovely chewing and swallowing. But dude, that is the first theory. Now, the second theory, it gets a little crazy. The second theory is Tut is gonna die of congestive heart failure. Now I know. I've seen this theory float around the subreddit a little bit, back and forth, and I gotta say I am a huge backer of this theory. A huge backer. Now, people are like, well, why would he die of congestive heart failure or whatever it's called? The reason he will die is because that's when blood is not pumped to the body enough. When Tut is using Kulo expansion jutsu, all the blood cells and blood clots are rushing to his ass, and that's when he's using the expansion jutsu. The rest of his body is not containing all those blood cells. It's like when Luffy in One Piece using Gear 2, it's draining his life away because he's expanding the blood fat fusion quicker through his body. So that means he is going to probably die of some sort of disease with his heart because his heart will stop. So it's unfortunate because he's a really important character, because you obviously know without his Kulo rolling, we would never have gone to the Cloud Village, never would have chased after him, and I'm sorry, I'm getting a little teary-eyed here, but it's just kind of like, it's really sad because I don't want my favorite characters to die, but you know, like the way he's written and the disease that Nico probably gave him, you know, you gotta respect Nico Sensei's writing because this foreshadowing is pretty like insane. If you look at when he's rolling over Paul Sensei's face, the shit marks, those are the marks of someone of heart disease because those marks usually appear when someone's heart isn't functioning the proper way. And I like the way, if you look at it and you read it in Braille as well, the lines of the shit marks, it says death in Braille. If you didn't know, you don't have to research that. I'm telling you because I know what it is. I studied Braille. I played like, I just know Braille, so you just can believe my word for it. So I know. And on some more lighthearted news, we have gotten leaked footage of a Shinobi Homies opening. Now, we do not know exactly when this opening will appear or if it even will appear, but we've heard from a confirmed source on Twitter. They're like a Shinobi Homies leaker account about an opening called Heroes in Disguise. I'll play a little bit of it in a second, but literally, I shall play now. Play the clip. Wow, that is peak. Like, that may be an opening in the future. We do not know, but leakers are that might be a Shinobi Homies opening in the future. And I just gotta say, that is, if it is, I don't know what to say. Like, that is a beautiful opening. Anyways, back to the breakdown of the chapter. After the backstory, Holly, he finds out in the end that Holly may have died in the Uchiha massacre. You know what I mean? Or he thinks she died in the Uchiha massacre. That's what he heard. But we don't know if she's actually dead. That goes my theory. I think Holly's alive. And on top of Holly being alive, I think Holly is a part of the Otsutsuki, one of the divisions. As we know, the Anko Shiki and Gavin Shiki and Kacha Shiki, they're part of the Divion 4 Otsutsukis. I think Holly is a part of either Divion 1, 2, or 3 Otsutsuki's, and she will come back and fight. Because why else would they reveal a backstory for her? She'll be an important character in the future, and I'm really excited to see that. And after that, the backstory ends. The Nine Tails comes from Dylan, and we start seeing the tails appear, and Dylan and Anko Shiki begin their brawl. Now, this chapter gives us so much information, and I just gotta say, peace, like cheese, like it's delicious. Like, I cannot wait for chapter 20, and that's it with my breakdown. Now, my final theory actually comes in the Akatsuki, and I know we've not seen too much of them, but this theory is insane. So, if you go to a specific game on Nicko'S profile, we see a lovely like diorama of Shinobi Homies characters. And I just want to say, this theory comes with Iru Uchiha and Max. We don't know what his last name is, but we've seen a little bit of them appear. They appear in the Tuning Exams arc. If you know, obviously, if you haven't read the lore, then I don't know what to tell you. But this next theory is Iru Uchiha and Maxwell are a couple. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, how is this possible? What makes you think that? Well, it's actually quite simple to look at their avatars. If you look at his avatar, Iru's putting his left hand and he's pointing at his right? He's pointing at his right hand, right? That's what he's doing. He's pointing at his right arm. And he's looking like, kind of like squinting his eyes like, ah. But Maxwell, he's sticking his left hand and out. Not pointing anywhere, he's pointing it far away. He needs to have his eyes wide open. And if you see Iru, his legs are kind of like close together, while Maxwell's are spread apart. Now, this is literally just opposites attract. They're doing the exact opposite motion, so this literally means that Iru and Max have to be a couple. This theory is a little bit far-stretched, but like, if you honestly like just dive deeper into the picture, like I'll let you guys take a look at it. Tell me that does not scream that they're a couple. Now, this theory, obviously, people may not agree, and they may think, oh my god, you hit the nail in the coffin, but you gotta remember, deduct, Nico Sensei is really good at foreshadowing, because in the tuning exams when Nico and tongue slip, when Iru and Max drop together, we see Iru and Max standing pretty close to each other, like really comfortable, like they're comfortable. And the only way people are that comfortable is if they love a person. Max and Iru love each other, confirmed. Nico's foreshadowing has been genuinely so insane in Shinobi Homies, and honestly, I've said this before, but he is on par with Oda and Kishimoto. Like, we've got manga like One Piece, Naruto, Attack on Titan. My little sister can't possibly be this cute. and Shinobi Homies, and like one is obviously way above the rest. Shinobi Homies is definitely a peak fiction manga new gen, and honestly we gotta like give credit to what it is. Also, not to mention that in the new Boruto chapter, Himawari had the 9 tails appear, but in the chapter that just appeared, it came out right before Boruto chapter 10. It had Dylan with the 9 tails. Boruto literally copied Shinobi Homies. They literally saw Shinobi Homies and copied what they done. Like, that is insane. Like, they're giving credit to an amazing mangaka in Nicko'S Sensei. But that's all I have to say here, and thank you for watching my breakdown and theory video. Obviously, I'll upload again for when chapter 20 comes out, and I'll give you guys the lovely footage, lovely breakdowns, lovely theories that I have. And all I gotta say is I love you, my heroes in disguise, and peace out.